Roman Reigns is off Hell in a Cell 2022. Plus, rumoured plans for a popular Raw tag team have been revealed. And there's a big change to NXT 2.0 coming up next month. It's all in the wrestling news right now. We've talked a lot this week about Roman Reigns' new WWE deal. Ever since he had a chat with the fans in Trenton, New Jersey, I'm entering a new phase in my life. Ooh. Fast and Furious 10 coming soon. He's hinted that maybe he's done.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not the case.
No.
He's just paring back on a lot of dates. We're going to see him basically become like a TV guy, a pay-per-view guy, premium live event guy. And do less of the live event circuit.
Yeah.
But this is it's a surprise to me to see that he's off of Hell in a Cell.
Me too, especially kind of with, on SmackDown, Shinsuke being like, I've not finished with Roman Reigns of the Bloodline just yet because they hurt my boy Rick Boogs. And that was seemingly hinting towards a program between the two, and I think we will get there, but it doesn't seem like we'll get that at Hell in a Cell, at least, anyway.
We'll get nothing at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns removed from internal listings for the show, taking off all promotional material for the show, and isn't featured in any storylines going into it. Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer Radio, as well as other sources as well, say that Roman is indeed not factored into the Chicago event. There's a lot of other people focused on in the poster, but Roman Reigns not there. It's weird because it kind of felt like Roman Reigns was sort of shoehorned into WrestleMania Backlash as well. Like he hadn't really nothing, like apart from the Shinsuke Nakamura thing, which would have kind of been a thing they could have done.
Yeah.
It just kind of got added in and made the RK Bro Usos match a six-man tag. So it felt like he was shoehorned in there as well. So I don't think there's anything really solid for Roman, at least until Money in the Bank.
Yeah, well, this is the thing now. I guess we're getting sort of short on credible challenges at the moment, aren't we, too? So perhaps it is just like getting harder for them to think about main event matches on these pay-per-views for Roman Reigns, which is fair enough. I think it's a strange one, though, because at the same time, I think you'd want to start building up a little bit more to the point where Roman is going to inevitably drop the belt, I think, to Cody or someone.
Do you think, it feels like that time is coming. I think we said this earlier in the week. It feels like that time is coming now.
Yeah, so you kind of think they'd want to keep building it up, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, as we were saying, that just seems like a lack of credible challenges, I think, at the moment.
So we'll see what happens at Hell in a Cell. I mean, in terms of what will headline Hell in a Cell, I mean, Cody Rhodes very prominently featured on the program.
Not to mention
the posters and the marketing.
Prominently featured in the Money in the Bank promo as well.
Very prominent. He did the whole thing, didn't he, on the field?
He did.
I had a little moment where I thought he was in Jacksonville.
Oh,
I was like, what are you doing there, mate? Wrong one. I get that sometimes when you leave a job and you accidentally start walking back to your old job.
Yeah.
I get that. Very prominently featured there. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cody versus Seth in the Cell is your main event for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, me too.
And do you know what? That's fine with me.
Well, the two matches, obviously one at WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash, knocked it out of the park. Both of them, fantastic chemistry. I would like to very much see that main event.
We mentioned very briefly RK Bro there as well. What's the crack currently there, Andrew?
So the speculation from WrestlingNews.co and other places that WWE are returning to their plan to actually split up Randy Orton and Riddle, which is a surprise because of how just popular they've been, how much of a merch seller they'll have been for WWE as well. But at the same time, those two together in a feud would be very good as well.
That's the problem, is that they're so good as a feud.
Yeah.
But they're also so good as a team. But they were wanting to split them up last year.
Yeah.
I feel like they were almost ready to split them up the moment they got together.
It's been I feel like the Raw Tag Team division has very much been around them, obviously, as well, with the championships and stuff, and I think it's very much grown stronger because of them as well. And to, take that away is a shame, because we were getting to a point, I think, in WWE where tag team wrestling felt a little bit more special, or has felt more special than it has done in quite a long time. Yeah,
it felt alive again.
Yeah, it did.
But we I'm hoping that time will still come. But for now, looks like we're going back to Orton and Riddle having a fight very soon. We'll keep tabs on that one. Coming very soon, season 3 of Young Rock. It's been signed off.
I've not seen any of Young Rock yet, but I've heard
really
good
fun.
things. I've heard really good things, so it's not surprised that they're getting another thing, because I've heard lots of people say really nice things about it.
They're currently up to his WWF debut.
Oh,
so we've seen the appearances of like Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and Mankind, and Triple H, but like in acting form, in POG form. And so by season 3, I reckon we'll be sort of talking corporate champion stuff and things like that. And his foray into Hollywood, almost to the point we probably could just get Dwayne Johnson to play Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my! Do you think that's coming? I think that's probably coming at some point, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
That makes sense.
You know, I think they'll have some fun with that when they get to that point in the world. Talking about a former WWE star, Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Dakota Kai.
Do 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 do. Dakota Kai. Charlie Crowley. Charlie Crowley, her real name. She's updated her Instagram handle as I'm King Kota.
Nice.
So I wonder whether that's a little hint as to where we're going to go.
Maybe.
King Kota?
I think we see this sometimes with sort of former WWE stars or sort of wrestlers who have been known as a certain name, kind of take a little tiny bit of that name, if you know what I mean. So then people don't necessarily are like, sorry, who's this? I'm not sure who this is. And there's still some semblance and some sort of familiarity with people. It's this bloody tongue in my mouth, Tom.
Tongue it dead.
I hate it.
So if you were to leave Cultaholic, would we call you what? Andrew Kinson or Andrew Hodge?
Oh, Kinson is better.
Andrew Hodge.
I hate the Hodge thing. Get it out. Kinson is good. I like that.
So that make me probably either Tom Bell, who I believe was a songwriter in the 70s, or Tom Camp, which isn't inaccurate already. Let's stick with NXT to end on. Big changes, and do you know what? This is an excellent thing that they're doing. I'm really delighted this is finally happening. John Pollock of Post Wrestling, In Between Coffees, and Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer have both said that next month NXT 2.0 will go back to live events. So it won't be like international tours or anything like that, nothing big, but they're going to go back to what was previously known as the Coconut Loop, which are the Florida live event tours.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They do smaller venues, armories and stuff like that in Florida, and it's a great chance for people to come out and see some WWE wrestling at a low price.
Yeah.
And also, it's so important now with a roster like this, so young and quite green.
Yeah.
It's a chance to give them some reps.
Yeah, and obviously, like, NXT and Florida are just like peanut butter and jam, Tom, together. It's beautiful.
Messy.
And as you say, you know, a lot of them kind of, I think they need to get the reps in and whatnot and sort of build their in-ring experience and their in-ring acumen, and this is just the perfect way to do it, isn't it?
I think the Coconut Loop thing, I think, it fell down a bit last time because you kind of had these two tiers of NXT stars. This is sort of during the Triple H Black and Gold era.
Yeah.
So you'd have like these big sort of indie standouts that have joined, and then you'd have like this undercurrent of people. And there was like, so you come to an NXT Coconut Loop show hoping to see like some of the bigger names, and what you get would be, and you know, and no disrespect to them, you get like a main event with like Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan, and Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Featuring like against Kona Reeves and the like. And again, no disrespect to them, but that's just kind of, it was a smaller show and it was smaller. But with this one, I genuinely think you could take like the full fat NXT 2.0 roster that you see on the screen every week and have great shows out of these smaller locations. Have a 2.0 show on the Coconut Loop, headlined by Bron Breakker and Joe
That'd be
Gacy.
fantastic. Well, that's the thing. Like,
Lash
a lot
Legend
of these,
and Nikita Lyons and people like that.
I mean, a lot of these superstars that are like, necessarily, I mean, they're very young, and some of them are still like quite green and quite new to the industry. Doesn't
That's not
mean
a disrespectful thing at all. No,
it doesn't mean that they're not very good in the ring and very good at what they do, because they absolutely are, and they put on really good matches. NXT still puts on fantastic matches. That's the thing. The storylines, take them or leave them, but the wrestling is still really, really good. And yeah, this is absolutely a good thing for them.
This is a very, very good. This is the second big comeback of Friday. Whether it's better or worse than My Chemical Romance, I'll leave that with you and your gods to decide. More news throughout the day at Cultaholic.com. Fraser Porter on Twitch tonight. Curly Whirly Fridays. Back with Fraser at 6 p.m. BST. That's what he's calling it.
Curly whirly.
I didn't want to do it, but you did.
You got to. I'm allowed.
can't.
I've got a Scottish family, me. Fraser's given me the pass. It's fine.
Well, I'm a Campbell, and we're disliked in Scotland.
Really?
Oh, Google it. It's a terrible story.
Get out.
More news throughout the day at Cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.